Hey, there it is. That's a great one there for you. Reaching back to the summer 1969 there for you. Garland Green, and I'm just a jealous kind of fella. And right now I'd like to welcome Mr. Garland Green to KPOO this afternoon. Hey, Garland.
Hey, JJ. How you doing?
Hey, I'm fine. How about yourself?
I'm fine. Everything is wonderful,
Hey,
man.
that's the way to go. And, that song, of course, that's one of your big ones there, and one of my favorites, too. How big did that song get for you, Jealous Kind of Fella?
Well, I heard a lot of stories. Some say it sold over 2 million. I just, as of today, it's still getting a lot of airplay, and people still buying it. I'm still getting my residuals.
Hey, that's great.
So it's just no telling how many it really actually sold.
Right, it is still playing. It's one of the most requested songs of all times, too.
Yes, uh-huh.
So do you ever get tired of hearing that song?
Not really. As younger, when I was younger, I heard it so much until I kind of, had a little thing going. But I got where I learned that the more I hear it, the better it sounds.
Hey, there you go. It sounded pretty good today too. So who wrote that song, Jealous Kind of Fella?
Myself, along with a girl by the name of Jo Armstead.
And she was a dynamite singer too. I know her.
Yeah, she was. I did a show in New York, and the promoter, they dug her up and brought her over to the sound check, and we took a lot of pictures and we rehashed a lot of things. So it was a very, very good occasion. Yeah.
Now, that Jealous Kind of Fella song, I know that came out in '69. So how does it, feel to have a song that was out recorded about 45 years ago and people are still requesting and asking for it?
Well, I hear a lot of artists come and tell me, say that it's the longest living record in the history of music right now. Mm-hmm. It's one of the longest living records in the history of music because it constantly gets played, and some people say it sounds good today as it did in 1969.
You're so right. That song has never been off the radio, too. So when you recorded that song, did you believe it was going to be a hit when you did it?
I did so. I really believed it, but at the time, as a young man, I did not. All I knew how to do was work hard and be consistent. And I didn't know where it was taking me to, but I did feel very, very good at being at constant work, and it brought me through life I know that if I work hard, I had something good coming in there.
All right, we're talking to Mr. Garland Green, and you're not a jealous fellow anymore, I'm pretty sure. And right after,
that's questionable.
And right after Jealous Fella, you kind of came out with a kind of answer song to that one. I'm not a violent guy. You remember that one?
Don't think I'm a violent guy.
Yeah, there you go. Yes. And I really like that record, the knocking on the door. The guys, Jealous Kind of Fella, you're trying to get the woman on the phone, but this time you're knocking on the door, trying to get through the door.
Yeah, trying to get her to let me in.
Was that a song? Was that a song written by the same people or what?
Yes. That whole album basically was written by that same record company. I had several hits off of that record. Girl, I Love You, Angel Baby. Yeah, had a lot of hits off of that particular album.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, where have you been and what have you been doing? But actually, kind of looking at you, I've found that you were still putting out records and music all the time.
Yes, yes. I went from there to Atlantic Records, Cotillion label, and RCA, Spring, and
you had quite a few for sure.
Cotillion, not Cotillion, but Casino.
Right.
And I've been on lots of labels, and I had I had about 6 top 20 hits, throughout the Billboard, and actually, Jealous Kind of Fella was number one on those Record World,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know if you remember those trade magazines.
Yes, I sure do.
It
Yes.
went number 5 in Billboard.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's incredible. Now, you mentioned Spring Records. On Spring Records, you did have a big hit. I believe it was in '71, Pretty Girl or something like that. I can't remember right now.
No, that was Cotillion.
That was Cotillion.
All I Want is a Plain and Simple Girl.
There you go. There you go. You got it. Yes. That was a big
that
one.
was Cotillion. Yeah, that was that's the second biggest record I ever had.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All
that
right.
was recorded by Donny Hathaway.
Oh, is that so? So you did did you work with him at all?
Donny, only just I came to him and asked him to help me with that particular album on Cotillion Records. So he arranged it and did a lot of stuff for me. And Donny, I'm forever grateful to him.
Mm-hmm. So how was it working with Donny Hathaway?
Wonderful. He was excited. That was before he had anything going.
So he was excited.
And I took my stuff to Spring, and they wanted to know who did it and who was playing the keyboards. I told them a guy by the name of Donny Hathaway. And they finally got him up to New York, him and Roberta Flack, and they got him on the way.
Wow.
And Donny was very successful.
Yes, he sure was. So we're talking with Garland Green this Friday afternoon on 89.5 FM KPOO. So, and where are you from originally?
I'm originally from Mississippi. A lot of guys don't tell that part of it, but I moved from Mississippi to Chicago. I stayed in Chicago for 25 years.
Wow. And
Chicago is really where I call home. And then I moved out here because my family was out here in California.
Right.
And I left Chicago in '79 and been here ever since.
So you're in the Los Angeles area. That's where you're making your home at today?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I'm in Hawthorne, California. Okay. That's right near LAX.
Right. So,
yeah, I'm trying to pick up now to get to Las Vegas. I want to move to Las Vegas.
Hey, you like that hot weather, huh?
Well, no, I'd like going down. I like performing, so I hope to go there where I don't have to even leave Las Vegas to work. Once I play at the Cannery, I hope I'll be able to stay there for a while.
And how long have you been involved with music? How long have you been in music?
Since 1967.
Oh, is that so? Just a couple of years before A Jealous Kind of Fella.
Right. I was singing gospel. My whole family was into gospel at the time. And I said, so many great artists, and it just feels so bad to know that they did not really have anyone to show them the way, and they missed out on a whole lot.
But you found your way out of that, and you came into the R&B.
Oh yeah, I'm the only professional artist from my family.
When
those all the other guys, they was they gone on, and they was much older than I was. Right now, I'm the youngest in my family, my current family, and my oldest sister, she passed last week, and we
I'm sorry to hear that.
buried her. Yeah, so I lost my youngest sister and my oldest sister. Those are the two, last two to pass away. Now I'm the only boy and the youngest.
Wow, that's something. Wow. So when you were doing gospel, what kind of things were you doing in gospel? Any favorite gospel artists at that particular time when you were doing gospel?
Yes, I used to like Sam Cooke and the Soul Stirrers, and I liked a lot of, a lot of all-time gospel stuff. And
yeah. So when you started, you were listening to R&B at that time. You had to be any favorites?
Yeah, Clyde McPhatter.
Oh, my
I used
goodness.
to love Clyde McPhatter. And Chuck Jackson. I used to listen to Chuck Jackson a lot.
Wow,
Chuck Jackson was great.
Yes, he sure was. And so was Clyde McPhatter. All right, we're talking with Garland Green this Friday afternoon on 89.5 FM. So you're still performing out there?
Yes, yeah, JJ.
And you're so you're still recording too?
Yes, There's about 3 or 4 songs I wanted to cover. I wanted to do the Aretha Franklin song called I Got to Find Me an Angel.
Yes, hey, okay.
Yeah, and then I do like that John Lennon song where it says, where we all will live as one.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
And not too long ago, you did have a CD out a couple of years ago.
Yes, uh-huh.
And that was,
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that was one song, or one blues song on there that I got to, what I wanted to do was to make sure I get that particular song. It's called Blues Uprising. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you have that CD?
No, I didn't get that one, but we'll take care of you as time goes on for sure. We'll get that one on for sure. But I've got...
do you play blues?
We play it all on 89.5
well,
FM, yes.
I'm going to... you got everything, mostly everything else, and all you don't have, Noah is going to send it to you.
Yeah, we'll get that.
And I will make a blues song, album purposely for you, because I sing some blues, too.
So how did you get into doing blues now?
Well, I come up with Little Milton. I come up with Little Milton. As a kid, I saw Elmo James slipped in a club once where I was selling hot tamales for some people, and I hid and until Elmo James came on. And Little Milton, B.B. King, Bobby Bland, all of these guys. Bobby Bland, before I had a hit record, used to go to the local clubs where I worked, and come in and bring my bags and everything. Mm-hmm. He was off, so he liked to hang out with me. Me and him, Tyrone Davis, and all. But Bobby Bland, and Little Milton, and B.B. King, we all from the same hometown in Mississippi.
Yes. Wow.
Tyrone, Little Milton, Bobby Bland, B.B. King. I'm not saying Bobby was from there, but all the rest of the guys from a place called Leland, Mississippi. Mm-hmm. That's in Greenville, and only 7 miles apart. So we all come from the same hometown. Have you been down there lately? I haven't been there in some years. I used to go around there and do the festivals. But I haven't did a festival there in a while. Right. Okay, we're talking with Garland Green this Friday afternoon. So you're looking to make it up to the Bay Area one day to do your show performances? I would love to. I definitely would love. Yeah, I would love to come up and just do my show, do a good 30 or 40-minute show. Okay, we're going to have to be on the lookout for you there. So any favorite artists out there, anybody out there today, current artists that you listen to or you like? I know music has changed over the years. Yeah, it has. You know, it's a couple that I really like, you know, and they happen to be going on. You know, of course, Michael Jackson come up in my hometown, and actually I had to headline over the Jacksons a couple of times, so that was a big feather in my hat. And Michael was only 7 years old, and they was trying to get me to headline over the Jacksons, so I turned it down because at 7 he was too rough. He was too rough at 7? That's right. I didn't want none of that. Wow, that's incredible. Yeah. Garland Green with us this Friday afternoon. So if someone wanted to find your music or find more about you, how could they do that? Well, number one, they can go to my website. They can go to my Facebook. And I can give my email out as well. Garland Green is blue. Is blues or blue? No, it's blue. B-L-U-E. Okay. Garland Green is blue. All right. Hey, that sounds excellent. At gmail.com. Gmail.com. Garland Green is blue. At gmail.com. At Gmail. Right. So I'm pretty sure over the years people have come up to you and say, hey, man, why don't you do a new version of Jealous Kind of Fella? What do you say? Well, we tried to do that on this last album I did in 2012. It turned out great. It turned out good. My satisfaction, you know, is from the performance that I did originally is hard to top. Yes, of course. Like I say, it's still one of the most requested records of all time. Yes. All right. So, Garland Green. So any last things you might want to say to San Francisco, Oakland, and the Bay Area this afternoon before we wrap it up here? Well, yes, I haven't been in the Bay Area since I was there with guy by the name of Alan Beck. We came to Frisco, San Jose, and Sacramento. And I haven't been in San Francisco in a long time. So I'm eager to come there, you know. And I was thinking in terms of when you asked me about favorite artists and stuff like that, I miss Luther Vandross. He was a ballad singer, and that's basically what I'm into. They say I was the Luther Vandross of my era. And he's another artist that I used to love. But most of all, speaking back with San Francisco, I haven't been there in a while, you know, and I would love to come there.
Yes.
And showcase my talent.
And I'm sure you'll be here. And it's always great to know that Garland Green is still out there, alive and well. But do you do a lot of writing at all yourself?
I wrote Jealous Kind of Fella. I can write. I just never really gotten into it. I was kind of, you know, in the shadows a little bit. But I do appreciate great songs.
All right. Garland Green with us this Friday afternoon. And I'd like to thank you for checking in on Friday. And we're going to be on the lookout for you coming to the Bay Area real soon, I'm pretty sure.
What's wrong?
So Garland Green.
I really appreciate this interview, and don't hesitate to call me if you need to do another one.
Okay, A-OK. Garland Green, like to thank you for checking in on KPOO. Hey, and here he is now on your 89.5 FM.